In this video we have a little stud detector, and the only reason I grabbed this is because somewhere I've actually found the old advert for these, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure it's this one, so I'll make sure that is the case, but it should be this exact thing. It was advertised a bit on TV. What's that for? No idea what those symbols mean. I've got one of the little click on off rotary pots like in a radio. Instructions. Get maximum efficiency from this product. Please follow the instructions carefully. Hold an upright flat position on wall between thumb and middle finger on lower part of unit. Thumb and middle finger, I like that. Probably not the most comfortable word, it'll do the job. Wire. Knob on, live wire behind the wall, activates the right hand, something. Switch, timber position. So one of these is wire, that's a length of timber, I think, with the end there, and I don't know why they've got lines down the side, but yeah, kind of grain, I guess they're the grains down the side, and they've even angled them through the cut end. That, I guess, is meant to be a conduit with two wires inside it. Well, that makes sense of that. So it looks like, that LED, that one, oh yeah, that's got little electrical flash thing there. And looks like turn roller knob to where both, okay, so maybe, do we have to have both these out or something? Activate when I assume, yeah, stud is found. Light will go out to indicate width of stud. And no idea what this other stuff used to say. Great idea putting your label on where you can see someone scrape the hell out of it running it along walls. So it must have worked if they've used it that much. Consolidated Technology, Proprietary Limited, making science work for you. PO Box 602, Frankston, Victoria 3199. So I think these were sort of mid-80s, late 80s. I can't actually remember now. I don't think they were too early in the 80s. But let's see if we can, 9 volts. Quality control pass, so this is probably Taiwan or Hong Kong kind of era. Manufacturing, I would think. What does that say? Note, press and pull down battery cover just below mode switch. Yeah, well, just did that, just worked that out. Don't think it actually says in that. Probably should have said where it's made, but it might have had one of those little gold made in Taiwan labels or something. Oh yeah, so we got, okay. Oh, that's detecting something or not. Pretty crappy little LEDs in it. So that's lecky mode. Yeah, well, it's got a light on all the time. But it does detect the power cord on that. And it seems to detect the power cord on the front of the bench behind the power points. Let's go to stud mode. And of course I should be setting this thing off, which is the thing everyone had to do with a stud detector. That's it, it can't operate because too much stud in the room at the moment. That one, I think we're meant to get the two out on. Is that the key? Or do we put it on the wall first? I guess I should dig out. I actually built the Electronics Australia one, which was a capacitive thing. It was a pretty effective unit. And I think I gave it to my dad for one of his birthdays or Christmas or something a long time ago. Probably, I don't know when I would have built that, early 90s, mid 90s. And he still had it when he passed away, so I've inherited it. So we'll have to have a look at that one, because that was fairly effective. Well, we meant to put it on that. Turn rotor knob to where both Move across wall. Middle light will activate when, yeah, so well, unfortunately, I'm not sure that's working all that well because, well, we're meant to hold it like this, aren't we? So we better not give it any spurious signals. Oh, right, there we go. Comes on the actual bench then. Comes on a piece of plaster, and yeah, we're picking up electricity maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure it's working very well in stud detection mode, which might be why someone got rid of it. Can I get inside this thing, or is it glued? I think this is glued together. Or it could be something under, I bet it's under either these, or the label's just clear, I think. So, oh, we've got some sort of clip there. God, that's hard to open. I think it's just, oh, there you go. It does split apart. Good to see they were still making these things possible to access. Oh, there's a big, wow. So there's a big coil in there to detect our mains. Now, can I get this off without breaking anything? How does that come apart? I can tell it's going to break. Yeah, I can see that going white, so that's not a good sign. What am I missing? There's no screws there. I mean, this piece sits down in there, so how does it come off when it sits down inside there? I think you are meant to kind of prise that upwards, and it's kind of coming. There we go. Jeez, that was close to breaking that off. It's a Mark II. Wires still attached. Looks like they are. So it's actually got a bit of copper wire to detect stuff. So that probably picks up your 50 hertz. Well, they haven't scraped the numbers off the chips, but one's a P106, one's a P109, SGS, which I seem to remember was SGS 8s or something, the company. But yeah, they used to see quite a few SGS chips around. Now, I guess one thing that might need doing is, should we clean the pot in this thing? It's probably had plenty of dust in it if it's been used as much as this one has. Maybe it was used by an actual tradie or something. But someone certainly did a bit of work with it. These pots were pretty notorious for being poor quality. Scratchy volumes in your AM radio and the like. Grandstand capacitor. Sounds a bit dodgy, but who knows. Can't say I've ever seen a grandstand electrolytic before. So definitely it'd be a Taiwan or Hong Kong special, that I would think. I've got a couple of trim pots in here to set something. Maybe they could need a bit of a tweak. 4 transistors. Yeah, 2 electrolytics. I guess we should check whether it needs a recap or not. You never know. Chances are they'll be perfectly fine. But now I've said that, they'll probably make a liar out of me. 0.8. What is it? 100 mic. That's probably not the greatest, but then again, it's probably not too far off. Wow, don't tell me I've got an open circuit cap. It's just going to make a liar of me. No, 1.2. That's another 100 microfarad. At 10 volts, and I guess there's nothing over 10 volts in this thing. 100 at, oh, we want low. Oh, 1.2 is fine. So they're allowed to be a bit higher. Yeah, 100k resistor, that's the sort of thing that will change value, but probably not in this thing. I think it's another 100k resistor, another 100k resistor. Maybe we'll put that back together, see if it makes any difference. Probably not. Good to see someone spent their $19.95 or whatever it was to get it off television. Don't think they even included any free steak knives with it, which is a bit disappointing. What's the soldering like on this thing? Probably not going to be the greatest. Oh, actually, I just noticed there's a little spring there, so maybe it is a capacitive type stud finder, so there's probably not much point trying it. I wonder if that could be not making good contact after all this time. It does look a bit... I don't know if that's a bit of solder. Oh yeah, someone spilt solder down the side of it. Certainly probably wouldn't hurt to stretch that a little bit. So you do need that back cover in place. And where does it press onto it? Right about, I don't know, yeah, a little dot there maybe. Let's give it a little bit of micro scrub just to remove any tarnish or anything on there. It looks fine, but that doesn't mean much. Could have a coating or something. So that just kind of sit there like that, must do. See our coil, there's a little bit of copper showing there like it's been rubbing a bit. Guess we should check it does still seem, but I think that's the mains wiring detector anyway, which seems to be working. The fact it's that short circuit would suggest it's good. Oh yeah, that's kind of how it was meant to go on. Okay, one final test and then I'll give up on it. I can leave that battery. So as soon as you move it, lift it up. And the electric light did come on when I was messing around. Maybe you put it on the item. Yeah, electric light just started flicking. Not this bench is going to tell me much, but I tried it on a different wall and it does actually seem to work. The lights come on now, but you kind of put it on the wall, zero it so nothing's on, and it definitely finds the timber around the perimeter consistently, so maybe it is okay. So that's probably that plate in there capacitively doing it, so I might have a look. That's probably where Electronics Australia probably got one of these and reverse engineered it, because it's kind of similar though. It doesn't have the electrical detection part, so they probably wanted to save you messing around and making a wire coil. I wonder if that's even like a metal detector, but I doubt it's more likely picking up the 50 Hz hum or something, because I don't think it would detect metal in the wall easily, but 50 Hz hum you can easily pick up. So interesting little one of these television special things. Must have, buy it now before they're all gone, and we'll include this out now, though they weren't quite as bad in the 80s for laying on so much advertising, so much marketing rubbish, but they were learning. Might even give it a quick clean, restore it to its former glory. There's quite a bit of dust on it. It's stuck in every little piece of it. I've got to see it in its original glory now. And yeah, already it's looking quite a bit better, even though it's a rather bland grey product. I guess it's meant to look more serious than like a toy. And around that switch. But I might actually have a play around with that and try it out in some real world stuff. If the house is built properly, all the studs should be the same spacing, 300, 450, whatever it is. So once you find one, you can usually find the rest with the tape measure. You can get pretty good at just tapping your knuckle on the wall and listening to where it's hollow and where it's a deader sounding spot. That's actually probably close to what it looked like when it was new. Definitely a very sort of Taiwanese looking plastic. A lot of walkie-talkies and stuff back in those days. Anything you buy at Tandy or Dick Smith or somewhere tended to have a similar kind of look to this type of thing. Not quite sure what it was, but that was a sort of bland colour they like to use. And it's just got that certain vibe to it. But anyway, that's a little piece of novelty electronics from the 80s. So thanks for watching.